Today I'll be going over the LEGO Classic set Space Mission. There's quite a lot in the set, so I hope I can get through everything. Um, I'll start off with what comes from the instructions. First off, you get two little people. One has a wrench and one has a walkie-talkie. And they have this big launch pad, and they can step in here to get in this side, and their hands can even hold on to this so they can climb up that. And then there's a little walkway. I think the walkie-talkie is making them stick out. I'll just take that off, I guess. And they can cross the bridge here to get in this top bit, and then that can go down and that can blast off into space. And there's a bit on the ground where if someone's on the ground, they can keep in touch and maybe launch the rocket ship. There's a cool crystal thing. And the set also comes with a standard orange brick separator. And into space, there's a build of the Earth and the Moon. I'm guessing maybe this is like Australia, Asia, and Europe and America, maybe. And then the poles and the moon. And there's a build of the sun, and it's got a brick on the back so you can keep it at a stand like this, which is kind of cool. There's an astronaut. Nice use of a chrome gold ingot piece for the visor. Also like seeing these phone pieces. There's even a space shuttle for two other little guys. They're both built the same. And they got like spacesuits of sorts. And what I really like about this space shuttle is the use of these gunmetal gray, or dark silver as I like to say, beehives for the thrusters back here. I think that's a really nice parts usage. And it's got these teal turntables on the side. And you can fit other guys in other sections too, like, oops, door handle came off. You can fit these guys in this space shuttle. Actually, this guy doesn't seem to fit in the space shuttle. The phones are too big. But you can put him in here, and you can put these guys in here. You can move them all sorts of places. It's pretty cool. So this is all the stuff you can build with the instructions from this set, but there are still a lot of pieces left over that you can build what you want with. And now I will try to show you some of those things. This video might end up being a bit longer. I'm just gonna push these down out of the way. First off, I built this little guy who lives on the sun. He can fly through space without a rocket ship, and he's got 4 starry tentacles. And then I used a bunch of gray pieces to make asteroids floating about. Wait, is this an asteroid, or that might not be an asteroid? Let me check. Because I also built this big space station. I feel like I had one of these on here somewhere as like a radar thing. Not sure where though. Maybe on the bottom? I'll just put it on the bottom for now. I had to have one somewhere. Anyway, there's a lot to this space station. It's got a bit on the top where you can dock the space shuttle like that. It's got a lot of antennae and stuff, solar panels. and a door to access the inside. This can also come off. And inside there's some controls for the door, some plants, a camera, some coffee, some controls. There's also several windows, like here, 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 and here. And a robotic arm, so there's controls for that on the other side of that window, I think. Hey, I'm getting kind of tired from this position. There we go. And the arm comes off pretty easily, but a real ISS has an arm, so I figured this one should have an arm too. I'll just leave it like that. And there's more to go, so I'm just gonna keep going. This is a resupply ship for the space station. It's not big enough to fit any of the figures inside, but I figured they can put some supplies in here. Oh, and I forgot one of the things. Oh well, be right back. Okay, I got it. This is the silliest thing I built, probably. It is a bee with a rocket helmet, so it's a rocket bee. And notice how everything else only has one orange bit to indicate rocket boosts. This has two to say that it's extra fast, so it can be zooming through space. I built also a robot guy. He has pretty long arms and an antennae. And there's a space buggy for him. It has wheels so it can go on land and boosters so it can go in space. And the engine, you can see there's green, so it's plant powered. All I have to do is water it and it goes. Next thing. I built this mech suit for the people. You can put them in. There's a steering wheel, big arms and stuff. I think it fits them in nicely. It's got boosters on the back too, of course. And last but not least, that's another asteroid. This is a nebula. There's a telescope on the space station over here. And it can look at this nebula. And there's still more to go. So let me move this off to the side and move on. Let me see if I can get all these in frame. This is the next planet we approach. It has two moons, a black one and a somewhat colorful one. And it's got some drips on the bottom and a big plant on the top. The first thing I built with this batch is that these coral or salmon leaf pieces reminded me a lot of these guys from Lego Movie 2. So I built this guy in kind of homage to that with the leaves and tentacles and stuff. Then I built this. This is the garden monument. It's got lots of alien plants and coral frogs. And I tried to build some of the plants even in different stages, like this grows to this, which grows to this, and this grows to this, which grows to this. And on top here, these grow into this. And this whole thing is a monument to this rare plant, which is inside there. There's a window at the back so we can still get some sunlight and air from that side. There's a lot of plants on this planet, like this huge thing. These are all roots, and this is the equivalent of the flower, I guess. This may or may not be a plant, I'm not sure. This is definitely a creature though, but strangely enough, the feet face this way. So it's got this big eye, proboscis, some feelers, and the mouth is at the back. That's would be kind of interesting to have the mouth at the back of a creature. And what else do we have? I think just two main things, and these last two go together. This is Suggestion Box. He eats suggestions. He's got little eyes and little arms and teeth. And there's a writing desk, all naturally grown, so that people can sit in this and write the suggestions here. There's a pen, an eraser, a lamp, a little plant, and feet heating and ambient lights at the base as well. All naturally grown. The chair swivels, of course, because any good chair should. Or I suppose there are good chairs that don't swivel, but it can be quite fun to play around with. And that is everything from this planet. And we have one more stop, so I'm going to try to push these aside again. Our last stop is this big planet and what lies on it. I built this saucer with this alien guy. And first of all, I'll just mention that this neon yellow color is really interesting. I haven't seen it before. When I first saw it, I thought it looked like fake Lego, but no, it's got the Lego logo on it, so it's real. I thought it's a pretty interesting color. This guy is a little shorter than the other figures. At least his eyes are, but he's got this really big crest horn thing. His ship, it's got crystals and controls. These frogs are supposed to be like wings. It's got 3 boosters on the back and even headlights. Oh, and a little thing on the bottom too for liftoff. Fit him in there. Oh, and the neon yellow 2x1 here is supposed to be like a screen. And this is the main building I built on this planet. It's got several frog-like creatures and some plants on the top. And inside are some sort of fuel cells or food or something. I don't know. And I thought having these things on the side here, they're like antenna, I guess. Would be interesting, kind of square things protruding out. For this and the previous planet, I tried to make the designs a little alien, since they are alien planets. This is a black twister tree. It's got different kinds of branches on every side, so you can't really tell what it will do. A little bit of foliage with some other plants, and frogs might recognize some of them is on here. One thing I tried to emphasize on this planet is that all the plants, like this grows into this, like these and these bits here, they all point in the same direction. I'm not sure which cardinal direction it is, but they all point in the same direction for some reason. Even the frogs, or frog-like creatures, they're not necessarily frogs. There's this weird shrine thing. Not really sure what it is. It doesn't really move, but these things can move. It's got this cup thing at the top. I don't know what it is. And there's this guy on his speeder. This crystal is his eye, and these silver cups are his ears. He's a lot less territorial than his neighbor. And kind of wise. He's got this speeder. He controls it with this crystal and flies around on it. It can't go into space, it can only go on the ground, unlike the saucer. And one last build on this planet, the wall. I was mostly just trying to get rid of some of the extra pieces. There's still a lot of extra pieces left over, especially from that previous planet with suggestion box in them. But like some of these black pieces are from some of the other leftovers from some of the other builds. And it changes direction several times, even leaving like such a small gap in there. I don't think anyone really knows what this is. It's just there and no one knows what to make of it, so it just stays there and people leave it alone for the most part. The wall. And yeah, that is everything I built, instructions and otherwise, from the LEGO Classic Space Mission set. I don't think... Well, let me see if I can try to get everything at least in front of me. Asteroids. It's kind of messy here. I'll clean it up once I finish, because I just want to get everything on camera. I won't be taking this stuff apart, at least for some time, but it was definitely fun building it all, and I hope you guys like seeing some of it. So that's all for now, and thanks for watching.